like a cell phone mic, she turns it off. She doesn't care what it is. It could be about her favorite topic and no, it's done. She's absolutely out of it. Lighting, sound, background. As a watcher, you're not looking at this while we're talking, but you're very cognizant it's there. I love you, Carol, thank you. Hi everybody, I know most of you. This is way less stressful. Hi, I'm Jason, again for... I am here today to talk about your YouTube videos, the Financial Fridays, correct?
Correct.
I'll tell you my opinions of what I see and what I think can make it better, but I also want to hear your questions too, because I could tell you exactly what to do, but I don't know everyone's situation. I don't know how you're shooting. I don't know where you're shooting, things like that, or what can make it better. So first and foremost, I did not watch all of them, but I watched enough of them to kind of like, I have notes. Number one, lighting and sound are gonna put you above better than anyone else out there. If you have good audio, you're going to be doing far better, not only content, but far better reached content. People are more apt to listen to you, to watch you if you have good sound than if your video sucks. I mean, I'll take my wife for example. She is the prime example of, hey, this video sucks, but I'm listening to it, it sounds nice, I'm getting information from it, it's fine. But the moment someone sounds like they're talking across a room to like a cell phone mic, she turns it off. She doesn't care what it is. It could be about her favorite topic and no, it's done. She's absolutely out of it. The other thing is lighting. I heard a lot of you guys are doing ring lighting. Do those come with diffusion? Okay, everyone was in the other room with me. You had that big light with the giant screen in front of it. That's called diffusion. What that does is it makes the light very soft, so when it hits your skin, it's called a roll-off. If you have harsh light, it's gonna make like a harsh light and shadow on your face. You can get professional diffusion like I have, or you can get literally cheap diffusion like what Robbie was telling me about, like a plastic bag, like a Walmart bag. Just put it over your light and all you want to do is soften your light. You just don't want that harsh light. For example, let's say instead of a light, you're using a window. Windows are fantastic. Like that's what we strive for, is really good lighting, but you don't want the window open. Have a sheer in front of it, or like take like a white, like really thin cloth. Like I used to use like white t-shirts and cut them up and put them in my windows.
So by sheer, do you mean like a sheet?
Sheets are okay, but you're gonna be cutting down on the light. So like a sheer where it's like,
You know,
like a sheer curtain.
No.
So having like that diffusion is gonna make your skin softer, but it's also gonna make a much more nicer image overall. So lighting, sound, background. I know you guys were told to do like against like a plain background. It makes it look really unprofessional. You had an awesome suggestion when we were talking earlier, and not a suggestion, a reference. Yeah. You said there's this guy in his garage and he's surrounded by books. It's like, you just told me 3 things, 2 of them are about the environment, 1 is about the person. As a watcher, you're not looking at this while we're talking, but you're very cognizant it's there. Because you're not gonna look at me. I'm not that attractive. You want kind of like a surrounding elements to kind of bring that visual element in while you're being viewed, okay? No one's gonna watch you for 4 minutes without literally looking away from their computer if there's not something to engage in. This is, look at anyone's, yes, sorry.
The reason we were doing blank was because...
For graphics?
Yeah. So I don't know if that makes sense.
So we need to be doing graphics if we do it blank then?
We're gonna hit that next.
Now I got my eye on you. What kind of things do you want in the background and not want in the background?
Simple aspects, like a plant. Like fake plants, a shelf with like books on it, maybe nothing like political books because you could turn people off. Maybe like, Charlotte's Web. This is my favorite book of all time.
Is it for the viewer, for the eye?
Bingo.
Or is it more to relate? You understand? When people see certain things, they relate more to you and they like you more.
That's absolutely, and I told all you guys today about the video business cards, is you're like 20% selling what you do, 80% selling who you are. Because if they're watching your video, they're already in the market for what you do. You need to push them over the edge to who you are. Like, why do they want to go with you? So having a little bit of personality in the background, I think is okay. I've said this 100 times today. I am not your brand, and I will not speak for the brand. But I will say what I've noticed over the years and what works. Having a little bit of personality goes a long way. Having too much personality, like if anyone has ever done home sales or sold your home in the last 5-10 years, a real estate agent will tell you to take away everything that makes your house your home. Take away every photo, every knick-knack that makes it cool to you, because the person coming in there won't like it. Because they can't envision themselves in it. So the idea of having like a plant, a light in the background, something like that, nice and simple, makes it pop, but then they're also not focusing on it. You can have the books and stuff, but people will read the titles. They will try to see exactly what it is. So instead of having like a Star Wars poster, maybe have like a art print, you know? Something more generic. Exactly. Having like more art-based stuff, because I'm not going to sit here and like dwell on this while there's a meeting. I will glance over and go, oh crap, I like that. Right. So background is important. Never be against a wall like this, because what you're doing is you're casting shadow. It's also bad for sound. It also looks really terrible. Having a little bit of depth really adds a lot. That's why I had you guys standing like 12 feet away from the wall, because it adds depth to the image, which is going to laser focus on you. But it also creates an environment, not an empty space. You could have the coolest background in the world, but if you're against the wall, you have empty space.
Question, is it preferable to, when you're recording, to be standing up or sitting down?
Depends on how you want to be perceived. Okay. So if you want, like for me, like when I do vlogs for my own channel, I'm 90% of the time sitting down because I'm relaxing. Come on in, let's have a coffee and talk about this. Anything I do professionally, like I'm going to help your brand today. I'm standing because I'm exuding confidence and authority. That's why I had you guys stand today, because you want to be seen as important and something valuable, not just sitting down and, hey, let me tell you about why I'm the financial advisor for you. It's not going to sell. How you want to be perceived in that moment and what you are trying to talk about. So let's say it's more like a super calm thing, like, you know what? Let's start saving money for kids. You know, I got my kids in the background here, they're playing in the backyard. Let's start saving for college. Maybe sitting around the dinner table would be kind of nice, seeing the kids in the background. But if it's something more like, granted, I don't know your line of work and I don't know the vernacular, so I apologize heavily ahead of time. Saying something like financial XYZ that's very detailed, sitting's okay, but be present in the moment. Or if it's super serious and you're really trying to push your brand, stand up.
It almost forces you not to slouch either.
Bingo. And slouching is very easy, whether we think so or not. I mean, I love you guys right now, but look around the table. How many of us are sitting up straight?
I'm taking notes, y'all.
This is a very good point. You slouch without thinking about it. And you're going to automatically do that because you want to be comfortable on camera. Sound, you can get away with that with getting microphones. I don't know the financial situations of like are you guys buying it? Is it be provided? Oh, okay. May I ask what the budget is? Because I can point you in the right direction.
Oh no, he's just joking.
I mean, we do have a budget. That's not
Yes, we do have a budget.
We're trying these. They're like little Bluetooth ones. I don't know if you want to get rid of the microphone.
Oh,
Okay.
who?
Yeah, so that was
The Blue Yeti?
Yes, sir.
Blue Yeti's fantastic. You got to be close to it. Most Yetis come with a USB export and a USB output. Some of them come with an XLR. If your microphone comes with an XLR, don't worry about it. That's way more work. You'll notice the difference. One's a USB and one's like a giant cable. So USB will connect to your computer. To record it, there's an awesome free software called Audacity. If you want to try it out, it's literally free. I'm not telling you like, hey, do this backwards, you know. Audacity, like audio, Audacity. It is, the reason I recommend it is because A, it's free, B, it's powerful, and C, it is really user-friendly. Like when you connect your mic, it'll auto find it, and you can just start recording. Like you hit record, and you see a waveform. That's good for audio. Just if you just was wanting to do audio, then you'd have to match it up. You have to sync it. I'm just saying, like if you can do like the cell phone and then have Audacity, then you have two files and you just sync them. And you know how to sync in Premiere? Highlight and sync. Yeah. For instance, like this one I'm using, like you gotta have like an.
Recording us.
I'm recording me. And literally, this is from my own thing. By the way, the reason I have a camera right here is because social media says you need to be posting constantly. So the idea is that I need to post myself out there more often doing things like this. 99% of the time, I'm literally behind a camera and I never shoot anything of myself. So what other questions? I mean, most of the other stuff would be like thumbnails and stuff like that and like hashtags, but that's your end. Yeah.
So any specific mic that we can purchase,
Yeah.
or you think that's on the market that's
What's your budget? Because it really kind of depends on where you're going.
We don't have a budget.
What's your personal budget for this?
Like for instance, like this mic was $200, but if that's too much, I mean, obviously you don't need it. There's always ways you can pare back. The Blue Yeti is a really good mic, and I think it's $89.
Oh, there you go.
But that connects to your phone.
That connects your computer. This can connect to my phone. Right now, it's literally recording in my pocket and sending a signal to my camera at the same time. But I can hook a.
That's like mind blowing.
I can connect the cable to my phone and record directly to my phone. If I was recording video right here, I would just record audio straight in. Granted, like the more money you pay, the more features you're gonna have. I would say do a lot of research on Amazon. Read the reviews, and then jump on YouTube to see if anyone does like a tutorial for like good phone. Because if you guys are recording on your phone,
yeah.
Are you okay with them recording 4K?
Yeah, it should be fine.
If you have the ability to record 4K, record 4K. You can always, Robbie can always push in the image if he needs to.
What's 4K?
Okay, fair enough. So it's a resolution. Have you ever heard of 1080p?
Like your TV resolution?
Yeah,
Like,
like 1080.
780 or
like the pixels?
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Go for 4K. It's a lot more space. You will chew up data, you'll chew up space faster, your image will be cleaner. And once it's off your phone, delete it, you're done.